gentlemen. Can you hear us?
The man,
Sorry.
the meme, the legend.
I really do apologise. I didn't realise you were smuggling in the middle of the intro. Oh,
Perfect timing is always.
it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's press that. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lightning Assault Noosphere podcast. Apologies for that. James joined in right at the last minute because we were wondering when he was going to come on, and then my microphone wasn't recording on OBS for some reason. So yeah, a little bit of a rocky start, but yes, my name's Nathan, aka the Mazer. With me today is James, aka the Mad Magos.
What's up?
And also with us is Dan, aka Little Willie.
My wife left me.
As always. Today we're talking about, it's been a reasonably interesting week for Warhammer related stuff, all sorts of Warhammer stuff, with GenCon going on, which is like an indie game show sort of thing. It seems to have been mostly live stream, that kind of thing. But the main interest to us is that GW did quite a lot of reveals for all of their game systems. So Necromunda, Warcry, Underworlds, like Kill Team, 40k, the works, as well as a few other little bits and bobs. Anyway, as far as paying the bills goes, you can join us on discord.gg. And the full gobbledygook text is in the overlay below, and the link is also below in the YouTube video description. You can support us on patreon.com, patreon.com/lightning assault, if you would like to help us continue what we're doing. And recently today, we've just sort of adjusted the way that what Patreon members get. So aside from the fact that you can support us and you'll get an individual, I think it's Warden setting on Discord, you can also join us now in our podcast channel while we're live to listen in live rather than jumping in on YouTube. You just won't be able to get speaking rights, but we can sort of read whatever messages you put either on YouTube or on Discord. If you would like some commission painting, you can find the Mad Magos paints at fiverr.com, and you are just down as Mad Magos. And I believe I can finally, this week, update the link for James's Fiverr account for commission painting to fiverr.com/Mad Magos paints, because Discord have finally given you your title and your URL link.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, so I'll sort that out tonight once I've adjusted everything else and got the link nailed down. You can also check out the Meadery at lightningassaultmeadery.com and find us on Facebook at facebook.com/lightningassaultmeadery. Anyway,
Join the Patreon. We'll help you with armies.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Have a great no time.
The Discord is good. We've got a painting channel where we're all sort of posting everything that we're painting, ready for some of our battle reports that you'll be seeing in the coming weeks. Necron Armies is almost finished up, so that'll be ready it will be ready for next week, but we're playing something else. That'll be ready for the week after games the week after. Dan's got some really cool color scheme going on for a Harlequin army, which will hopefully be soon in the coming months.
Looking lovely, by the way.
Oh yes.
Looking lovely, I must say.
Oh, the Harlequin.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking real 80s cyberpunk neon stuff. It's some cool stuff. Before we get on to the Gen Con stuff, how's everyone getting on in the hobby? James, what are you up to these days?
Oh, so played my game in the league against John. Got my ass handed to me again. But it was good fun. It really was good fun. Had another little test game with him. The Blood Angels. And speaking of the Blood Angels, and sorry, just to dip in, I am so excited about those Black Templar Scouts for me Blood Angels.
Oh, the Neophytes.
Yeah, the Neophytes look amazing. But yeah, other than that, picked up a commission. The Marauder Bomber is in the house and ready to be primed. I've been speaking with another one of our friends, friend of the show, getting some Vortex missiles for it, or the equivalent of.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, Hellstrike missiles. Hellstrikes, because unfortunately Forge World, in their wisdom, sell the bomber and the Hellstrike missiles. There's 8 of them, but they don't sell them separately.
Yeah.
So
how very Games Workshop.
Yeah.
How very Games Workshop indeed. So, like I say, a friend of ours who's into some 3D printing is hopefully going to get us some alternatives. Once those are up and running, I can just crack on getting it painted. I'm hoping to have it painted to a standard enough for it to take place as a guest appearance on the battle report.
Yep.
The owner is quite wonderfully, it's the word's not the best word, but been really, really generous and said we can use it on the channel. So yeah. Other than that, not a lot hobby-wise, unfortunately. Daughter's getting ready for starting school tomorrow, so been busy getting all of that sorted out. But yeah, that's me.
Nice. And Dan, what have you been doing?
Not much. It's been a pretty slow week. I've been very busy with work, but I've been like I said, I found a newfound passion for the Harlequins. So I was working out a paint scheme. So I'll try and get them painted over the next couple of months.
It'd be rad to get them on the channel. Look, I think
cool.
There's
cool.
very, very, very few battle reports on Harlequins, and they're not a bad faction at all. They're hard to play.
They're just a forgotten faction.
Yeah,
I swear Games Workshop forgets that they exist.
Yeah.
They're really cool. They got some really neat rules, so I'm looking forward to playing them. And besides that, I don't know, I've just been I'm trying to work through my Space Marines a bit.
Yeah, flesh out those salamanders.
Yeah.
So anyway, now then. Oh, something that is not covered on our little podcast at the moment, which I've just spotted this evening, is at long last, the final bits of the Orcs 9th edition Codex is being released, pre-ordered next week on Saturday. So anyone that's been waiting to get hold of those kill rigs and the Mozdrog Scragbad and the Beast Boss on Squigosaur, even though I know everybody's pretty much converted one up by now at this point, you can finally pre-order the kill rigs and those big HQs next Saturday. So I've put myself down for 2 kill rigs. I was tempted about the Beast Boss, but since I've already converted and painted one, I'm like, He does look cool though. I said he does look cool though.
Yeah. So how much are they?
I don't know. We'll find out on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I'm worried. Yeah.
What about yourself? You've been busy in the hobby anyway.
Oh yeah, I've been absolutely smashing through the hobby. So obviously I think it's probably been the fastest speed painting session.
Nathan's fucking speed running 40k at the moment.
Yeah, like I've obviously got my Custodes ready before we started the channel. I got the Space Marines ready shortly after, and then got all my Imperial Guard ready at the same time as well, and then literally managed to get an entire 2,000 point Necron army ready in 2 weeks, I think. It's been literally just solid 2 weeks of airbrushing and dry brushing. Messed up the glow effect on some of the fancy models. I've perfected my glow effects on the smaller models like the Scarabs and the Necron Warriors, but I'll try to tone it down. Ready for not for next Thursday, but the Thursday after, whatever we choose to put them against. So yeah, now that they're almost done, I just need to put some sand on a few bases. I'll be moving on to the Orcs, and that will probably take me a lot longer than 2 weeks, I think, because it's 50 beast snaggers, all those cavalry, all those cars and stuff. Yeah, it's going to take a long time. So Orcs coming soon, but not too soon. Probably about the same time as the Harlequins. Anyway, back onto the GenCon stuff. So, first and foremost, the first couple of days were all about Kill Team. We had a couple of sort of expected bits and bobs. So the Orc Commandos and the Kriegers now have a second box set, which is basically like the first box set, but with less terrain, and it's slightly cheaper. So it's like the typical starter kit. It comes with all the models plus the rule book and that stuff. So it's a little bit cheaper. It's basically what will be more mass produced, and a little bit more readily available and cheaper, obviously. And then also those kits are available separately now, so you can buy just the Orc Commandos and just the Kriegers. So anyone wanting to build out their Imperial Guard army with Kriegers, this is a very expensive way of doing it, but I think it's probably cheaper than Forge World and less painful than Forge World.
I have to say, though, both the Orcs and the Krieg models look absolutely amazing. Fantastic kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Commandos, specifically for me, are probably the best Orc models I've seen since the Kill Rig.
They really are.
Yeah, they are. Whoever their sculpt designer is for Kill Team, like, really knocked this one out of the park.
Yeah, it's been fantastic models. I can't fault any of.
Yeah, and it's nice because there's heavy customization in these kits. So every single commando and every single Krieger can be equipped as bare bones, so you can play them in 40k efficiently. So chopper and slugger, or for the Kriegers, it's those fancy lasguns. What are they called? Hotshot lasguns. That's the one.
Hotshot lasguns.
Yeah, the nice fucking strength 3. Is it AP2?
Yeah, AP -2. They're pretty whack.
Yeah, pretty decent. All we can hope for now is some better Krieg rules soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it's only what else gets up? I think it's only Kriegsman and was it the someone else gets them. I think they're the only ones that get Hotshot.
Oh, the Tempestus. Tempestus Scions and
Scions.
Kriegsman. Yeah.
Yeah. And Carsigans. The Carsigans still there?
Oh, fancy.
And then they obviously come with their various options. The one thing I was a little bit disappointed in was there wasn't. I don't think there's a single shovel in the entire kit.
No shovels for the Kriegsman.
Yeah, it was very odd.
There was one, but it's like a weird mace looking thing.
Yeah, he's got like it looks like a German stick grenade, but without the grenade.
I was like, no, it's a mace.
I thought it was a little bit. Games Workshop sometimes like to play into their memes, like releasing lieutenants over and over again. But I thought there might be a shovel or two knocking around, but one can only hope in future.
I think I won't say veteran guards player, but certainly any veteran guards players, and then certainly anybody who's collected guard up until this point, if they haven't got a spare shovel, then there's something wrong, because I think almost every kit comes with a shovel for the guard.
Really?
And the heavy weapons teams.
Oh yes, you're correct. I think I've seen one.
And so fingers crossed. That'll be the memes. That'll be the meme.
Yeah.
Just thinking of it now. If Kriegsman has to borrow a shovel from
Acadians.
Sad time.
From Acadian, when a Kriegsman has to borrow a shovel from Acadian.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. Moving on from that, the one thing I did not expect at all was more kill team sets for the Sisters and the Tau.
Yeah, that came out of left field.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but I was like, wait, what?
I was very confused by that.
Yeah.
Very confused by that.
And the thing that confuses me more is the Sister kill team box has unique sculpts, and they're all awesome. They're rad.
Mm-hmm.
But they look like they're Sigmar.
Yeah, they don't look very 40k at all. That's what threw me off the most, is they look really not like Sisters of Battle at all.
Yeah.
They're
in leather.
They kind of look. They're wearing. They got the leather. They got the full like head covers, like very nun. They went heavy on the nun looks.
Yeah.
And
if you look,
nuns with guns.
Yeah, if you look at the weapons, they're not with. They don't have bolt guns. The second kit doesn't have bolt guns.
Weird looking Luger ass.
Yeah, it's like it looks like an auto gun, an auto pistol.
It looks like a German Luger, dude. I don't know how I feel about that.
And then obviously they've gone back to the OG Hospitaller model, which has got the rebreather. And then one of them's got what are they called? The bolt gun with the crossbow. Is it Condemner?
Yeah,
Condemner bolt gun that is actually a crossbow, because I think it can like shoot psychers. Is it psychers without lookouts affecting it? Yeah. Awesome sculpts, but I was just a bit confused at what they were sort of equipped with.
Then the Tau ones are very peculiar, because again we're seeing some of the Tau faces look a bit scuffed. I'm not gonna lie. One of them looks a bit whack. But what's interesting is, so these guys got some new helmets. These weird visors. It looks like everyone's fucking playing VR right now. But what's interesting is there's a new gun there.
Yes.
The sniper rifle looking thing.
No, not the big sniper rifle. That's a rail gun. They already have rail guns. No, it's it looks like a big like.
Oh, the guy at the bottom right with the black barrel.
This weird double-barreled gun.
Yeah.
Where's the stream? It's the no. Oh, he's not on that picture.
Oh, I've got
he's not in that
other picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a picture with the drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that guy. It'll be interesting to see if that's a new gun. And then it looks like there's a medic of sorts as well. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if those are going to be playable in
40k. It'd be interesting. I would be surprised if it weren't a thing.
Because they've done that like with they've done that when the AdMech got that weird headquarter. That's like MVP right now in AdMech.
Yeah, the Manipulus.
Yeah, Tech Priest Manipulus.
Yeah.
He was originally from Kill Team.
Really? I did not know
that. Yep. He was originally a Kill Team model.
Well, it's precedent, isn't it? So
it'll be interesting to see a medic for the Tau.
Yeah. I mean, this is quite odd because the Sisters are a brand new kit with weird loadouts, and the Tau are the existing Pathfinder's kit, but with an upgrade sprue for all those weird heads and guns.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks... I don't know. Is it an upgrade sprue?
Yes, yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah. So it's the normal Pathfinder box, but with an upgrade sprue, with these wacky guns and heads and stuff. So I would assume that the Fire Warriors box might get updated or something, or the Pathfinder's box might get updated to include the sprue, similar to what they did with the Cadians, so they could bump the price up a bit.
Either that, or they'll go the same way they have with like the Primaris upgrade pack.
Yeah.
And just sell it as a standalone sprue.
Yeah, it's an option, but it was interesting. Quite a lot of love for Kill Team. It's changed. Yeah, they've got the new edition.
I mean, it's really nice to see some new models.
Yeah.
Well, it's always nice to see new models.
Aren't Space Marines?
Yeah.
I got news for you later.
I know. But that being said, I think it's nice that they haven't just chucked an existing box and said convert.
Yeah.
They've thought about this. So in Kill Team, you have obviously your specialisms. You've got a medic. You've got a close combat specialist.
Yeah, demos and all that.
You've got a sniper and demo. And obviously you can see that coming through here. So yeah, I said, nice that they're leaning into
I'm happy. I'm happy because there's a lot of people that are getting kits that they wouldn't have ordinarily got. A little bit of a bit of attention to armies that hadn't have so much for a while. Obviously, the Sisters have had their new gear, but yeah, some nice stuff. Moving swiftly on to Underworlds. So this is kind of small news, but also big news at the same time. So they unveiled their new season box, which is Harrow Deep. And this sort of means quite a multitude of things. I know we don't usually talk about Underworlds and other game systems outside 40k, but a couple of us do dabble in Underworlds. It's a decent game. Me and Dan enjoy it.
It's fantastic.
David Morris, also one of our other guy at the store, plays it. Really good at it. Really into it. We just don't get as much time as we'd like to play it. I can heartily recommend it. It's quite a simple game system. It's Warhammer, and it doesn't take long. And you get to paint really special models and sort of,
cards as well.
It's fun. Yeah, it is nice. So anyway, it's like a skirmish game for sort of pre-boxed, pre-made sets of models. So you don't use your existing models. You have these little pre-made kits with pre-made decks that you can adjust with cards that you get from some of the other box sets.
Yeah, so you customize the cards, not the models.
Yes, themselves. Yeah. So the models are sort of predestined, but the cards are sort of like Magic the Gathering, where you build a deck. But without mana. Magic the Gathering is a very bad example, but you know what I mean.
It's great. It's fantastic. Try it.
Yeah. But obviously this new box set means two things. So there's going to be new core mechanics, like with the last few boxes introduced the primal counter, You had hunger counters, you had the hunter and the quarry and all of that stuff in Diachasm and stuff like that. Beast Grave, I think it was, sorry. And it also means that because it's a new season, the earlier box set is going to cycle out along with all of its cards, because it's quite similar to Magic the Gathering in that when a new set releases, the earliest set or season or what would you call it, sort of a bracket of cards is no longer sort of standard legal. So they rotate out a lot of the older cards, so they're no longer useful in tournaments. But if you're playing casually, most people don't really care. So some of the older stuff is going to rotate out. So it will shake up the competitive scene a little bit because there's quite a reliance on some very specific cards. And the new thing that's coming out with this set is that aside from bringing in two new warbands and cards, there's going to be a new type of card that is not sort of you're different to the Gambit or the upgrade. But so in Underworlds, you have warband specific cards that only that warband can use, and you've got universal cards. And this new season is bringing out faction cards, so they can be used by everyone in a faction. So every
the alliances, the Grand Alliances.
Yeah, every Grand Alliance can use these cards. So it means that someone who owns like 4 or 5 different Stormcast warbands can use these cards across all 5 warbands, or the Chaos, so the Orcs and the Beastmen and all that jazz can use the not Chaos. What's it called? Is it Chaos? I think it is Chaos.
Chaos and Death as well, isn't it?
So that's a new thing that's happening in this new set. The new warbands are obviously the Stormcast and the Cruel Boys, which are the new sort of poster boys of Sigmar at the moment. It's Night and Haunt have fell out of favor with GW apparently.
Right.
Cruel Boys look cool as hell.
At the time.
Yeah. Stormcast, I know they're like the Marines of Sigmar, but all of their warbands have been really, like, me and Dan have played a couple of games of Underworlds with the Sigmar warbands, and they're not I don't know.
Pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, they're below average, is what I would say. They're below average. So hopefully, this new Stormcast warband will be a decent one, I guess. The Cruel Boys look cool.
I'm not a fan of these new Stormcast models. They're not tickling my pickle that hard.
Yeah, you know when
a bird.
Yeah, you know when new Space Marine models come out, like Hellbricht and the I don't know, some of the newer Primaris models. Even if you're not a Space Marine player, you can look at them and go, yeah, that's cool. That's kind of rad. I like that model. Whereas with the Stormcast,
they just feel really uninspired. They're just so like
they're very
generic looking. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I think I'm just not a fan of the Stormcast Eternals as a faction. I know, like, their sole purpose is, hey, Space Marines are popular. Let's make fancy Space Marines, but they just feel nowhere near as inspired as.
Yeah, some of their troops are all copy paste, basically. But a lot of the other factions in Sigmar are absolutely not. Like some of the zombies in the courts of the dead, or whatever they're called, the Gravelords. Even the zombies are unique. Every single zombie in a squad is unique. It's
they got some really cool models. There's a lot of the factions that are fantastic models.
Yeah,
the Seraphon got some crazy cool models. The Ratmen got some cool models. Sorry, Skaven,
yeah. So yeah, new season, new box set with Stormcast and the Cruel Boys.
The Cruel Boy models are fantastic.
Oh yeah, I wish there were a way to convert them into 40k, but they're all very tribal. Like
maybe we can split a box.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll fight over the orcs.
Yeah. The only issue with Underworlds, so me and Dan are big fans of Underworlds. The only issue you have at the moment, which maybe they'll fix in the future because it would only make them more money if they did it, is it can be quite difficult to get hold of specific cards that you want without outright buying whole warbands to get them or whole box sets to get them.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to go on eBay, and there's not a lot on eBay, and when they are there, they're quite expensive. So it's just one of those little gotchas that's worth keeping in mind. So I would go into Underworlds with a friendly tabletop kitchen table skirmish in mind, and not think too hard about the competitive scene. Because if you're getting new into it, it's very difficult to get in the competitive scene because you'd struggle to get the cards.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, it's fine. There's no problems.
It's one of those, like, the cards are important.
Yes.
But they're not like completely backbreaking. Usually you can get a starter set, which is like whatever, like 25 quid or whatever.
Yeah, the boxes,
and they're pretty great. They're pretty great right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, out of the box, they're pretty good.
I mean, I had custom built a deck for my Khorne Berserker Underworld Warband, and then David Morris rocked up with a pre-made deck for the Man Trappers, and he kicked my ass 3 times in a row. So
oh god, that was so
decks,
fun to watch.
Yeah, the pre-made decks are not bad. Like, then it's not like Magic the Gathering. It's, the pre-made decks are legitimately well balanced. I got to say, I was impressed. Same with the orcs. Those orcs that I played against the little goblins.
Oh yeah.
Their pre-made deck was real solid, so it's
was
very easy to get into, and there's not much feel bad when it comes to the pre-made decks because you can still do stuff. So yeah, it's well balanced. I think for casual play. I don't know what competitive play is like. Next up, some more Sigmar-y Cruel Boys stuff is the new Cruel Boys models. There was 2 of them. 2 massive HQs, or in this case, if we were playing 40k, they would be Supreme Commanders. So there's a big boy on a giant lizard swamp dragon thing, and there's also a shaman on a giant beaky bird with a missing eyeball and stuff like that. I just wanted to showcase these because they look cool as hell. We don't really play Sigmar. I own 2 armies, but we don't play it. They're not painted. But by God, the sculpts for Sigmar for some of the armies are just astoundingly good.
That bird is wow.
Can I just call it now? I genuinely see any orc players that are doing a snakebite faction,
Oh yeah.
or even if you want a beast snagger warband,
yeah,
you want to include a dagger jet or something in there, like themed. I just see that bird being ripe for a conversion for that.
It's funny you say that. I have seen someone convert a giant worm. I think it's from Games Workshop's Lord of the Rings or something. A dragon, and they kit bashed a load of Dakajet guns on it, and strapped a war boss to it to make a Dakajet, and it was actually really good. But yeah, it's I mean, you could get creative, and if it's on the right size base, you could treat this as your beast boss on Squigosaur. But I don't know what the base size is like. It looks like it might be too big, because I know the beast boss on
big, but I
Squigosaur is
don't think
60
it's
mil.
big enough for a plane.
Yeah.
What?
No.
The planes are huge.
Yeah.
The Dakajets are pretty big.
Yeah.
It's
but
difficult to
if your
work
base
out.
size is correct, it doesn't matter what the. Oh.
It does though, because when it comes to like flying
line
stuff,
of sight,
you're measuring line of sight and all that stuff. So
some people might get upset.
I wouldn't. I just think if you've put the time and the effort into the conversion, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I think it's in a casual. Yeah, I think if you're playing in a competitive, if you go into a tournament or whatever, that's when it starts getting a bit like, don't know about this.
Yeah,
I don't think they'd allow it at all. Next up is not that interesting. It was kind of like they really made a trailer for this. Did anyone watch it? I was so confused. So they made like a trailer, a video trailer for a new Necromunda.
Oh right,
thing.
yeah.
And it was a trailer advertising, I kid you not, Terrain. And it was like one of those very sort of typical, all right, lads, we're playing Necromunda. And all that, it was, the righty-tighty Dick Van Dyke British accent lady talking about going to the market and buying guns and murdering people and stuff. And it was like a minute-long sort of voice-over trailer advertising some the market stalls.
Yeah.
I kid you not. So
Yeah,
I
I've
thought
seen it.
it's
Yes.
just it was an odd one, and then they sort of announced these models that are part of it for Necromunda, and they're just dudes with auto guns and maces. It was really weird. I was very confused. I was like, wow, this is a fancy trailer for Necromunda. And then I looked at what they were advertising, and it was just like, here's 5 guys with pistols, and here's some market stalls made of wood and skin. I was like, oh, that's
Wow.
yeah. I can only imagine what the I mean, did they have an audience at GenCon, or was it all just live streamed? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like,
No
I'm
idea.
curious what the audience was like. You know, they're sat down and they get forced to watch this 1-minute trailer, and they're like, "Here's some markets."
Do you know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of like the old shitty like 90s. Do you remember the 90s toy adverts where they showed you these action men and like,
Yeah.
here's the action men, and now you can buy all this shit on the side.
And here
Like,
he is in the helicopter, and then
what the
he
fuck?
fires a missile and knocks an action man off a wall.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah.
like. Oh, you can buy these stalls, market stalls. Wow, look, you can make your own adventure. Wow, how cool.
Yeah.
Dawn,
It was
all
a
right.
also
funny one.
check, I had the helicopter, and my missiles wouldn't even get out of the pods.
Oh, the springs had failed.
The spring failed, yeah, and I had a failure spring. So I couldn't even do that.
That is Christmas.
Oh god, all the plastic stress from age, and the plastics just snapped from the inside. I remember those action men that had parachutes, and the parachute wouldn't
Yes.
open unless it was like thrown from quite a high amount of
Yeah.
distance. Yeah, such those.
Each toy said sold separately.
Yes, action figure not included. Market stalls not included. All you get is the little sign that says rat on it for $9.99.
Yes.
JML.
GML.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
next thing
Available at
was
Woolworths.
so Warcry. I won't pretend I know anything about Warcry, but as far as I gather, Warcry is basically Kill Team, but for Sigmar.
Yes.
Right.
So you take your favorite models from your Sigmar army, you equip them with specialist stuff or specialist rules, and you have like a little skirmish game similar to that of Kill Team.
But not as cool because it's Age of Sigmar.
Yes, yeah, it's called Warcry, and they've got a new season coming out. I guess this is a mirror to the new 3rd edition of Kill Team. So this is the new Warcry edition to sort of update the rules and stuff. So that was revealed. I won't pretend I know any of the rules or what it brings along, but that was an announcement at GenCon. We haven't really we looked at it, and then we were like, oh, Underworlds is cheaper and easier and quicker. So that appealed to us a little bit more. But I guess if there are people out there with lots of existing Sigmar armies, or they've got like a few tidbit boxes, so quite a lot of people will buy some of those starter sets and stuff and not have a full army. You'll be able to use some of those dudes in a different game system. I don't know how good it is. You'll have to let us know in the comments what Warcry is like, if it's balanced, if it's fun, if it's anything as if it is actually that similar to Kill Team. I'm just
Let us
making
know
assumptions.
why are you playing this?
Yeah.
Who hurt
plays
you?
it? Yeah.
Who hurt you as a child? Why,
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
The next thing that I'm going to talk about, which I don't know anything about Blood Bowl, and I don't care to. I've spent too much money already on Warhammer related things. But they released a new Blood Bowl team, which were a bunch of Khorne Berserkers. And
Yes.
I looked
Where's
at
the
them
Khorne
and I was
Berserkers?
like, ooh, the things I could use these for. I mean, can Khorne in 40k, the World Eaters, do they get cultists?
Everyone gets cultists. Cultists is just chaos, dude.
Because these are prime conversion material for Khorne cultists. They look cool as heck.
Well, I think
pretty good.
Are they on 25 or 32 mil bases?
I'm not sure. That's the thing that's sort of
Because if they're on
confusing.
I want to
32,
say
there's some
32,
big
but
boys in there.
Yeah. Because if they're, I think Cultists 25 mil.
yeah,
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
small beast.
Yeah.
I
maybe
mean, I'm more thinking some of these boys snip a few hands, put a chainsword and a
chain axe. Yeah. Yeah.
chainsword and a bolt pistol in the hand, and you've got the Converserkers we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, exactly. It's and I'm looking and I can't see anything that makes them look specifically about American football.
No, there is a wolf in there, and
there's one.
no furries allowed.
Oh, what the fuck?
No
I
furries
didn't
allowed.
notice that until you just said it.
And
What the
there's
fuck?
2 wolves actually.
That's weird.
Well, no, there's a wolf and a Minotaur-looking guy. Or is
Oh
that
yeah.
Minotaurs? They got horns.
I just brisked over them. I was like, "Ooh, Gorn Berserkers, conversion material, yes."
There's only the one dude at the top left who's got a ball in his hand. All the rest,
Yeah,
golden.
yeah, pretty much. It looks like they've all got gore fists in their hand. So a gore fist is a Sigmar like punchy fist thing. I know that because in Underworlds, it's a one of the weapons that the Underworld warband has. Every single one of them has a gore fist. But as far as Blood Bowl goes, from what I gather, it's actually a decent game. I'm not going to get into it because it's money. But I know a couple of people at the store play it. And from what I gather from the rules, it's not really about playing American football at all. It's more like beat the shit out of each other, and there happens to be a ball at the same time.
Something about a ball, yeah.
Yeah. So it's from what I gather, it's fun, it's cool. But if anyone's looking for some sweet World Eaters conversion material, I don't know what this is gonna be priced at. Does anyone know what the cost of Blood Bowl stuff is these days?
I don't know, they're quite expensive.
I'm gonna have a quick check.
It might be around the same price.
Hasn't Blood Bowl gone to Forge World as a specialist game, or is it still with actually GW's plastic?
I think it's Ooh. Teams, there we go. Oh no, it is with GW. Oh, 26 quid a team.
That's not bad.
Which isn't terrible for 10 or so guys.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's an average price for, say, like a troop squad. I mean, even the Cadian shock troops are now £21. So,
well, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 models there. So all you take out is the 2 wolfy dudes.
Okay.
And you've got your 10-man squad of berserkers anyway.
I was going to say the 10-man squad of berserkers cost 30 quid.
There you go.
So,
and they look a million times better.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the berserkers now, and I forgot how dirty
they're so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Can
would
you
totally
not use the other Age of Sigmar blood guys? Or the other old Sigmar.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
I know what you mean.
But yeah. So yeah, this
honestly,
this
I
could be
reckon
cheaper.
Even the wolfy guys, you chop off the head, a little bit of green stuff, and if you've got any Catachan heads lying about, you're golden.
Yeah, because it's just muscles, and they happen to have claws, right? Yeah, it's not a bad shout. You could use them as blood champions or whatever they're called, anyway.
Yes. Yeah, no, the Age of Sigmar ones are really expensive.
Really?
A unit of 10 blood warriors is $37.50.
Ooh, Jesus!
They do look pretty great, though.
Yeah, they've got some very cool sculpts for just in general, and at least they have the weapons as well that you can sort of proxy as berserker weapons.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess you could say they are chain axes when they're not. But...
Yeah, kind of. Anyway, moving on from Blood Bowl-y stuff and conversion material.
The
I don't know. Think words. What can we call it?
It is words.
Black Templars. We all knew they were coming, and GW waited until like the last actual minute to reveal them.
Yeah, they slowballed us hard.
Yeah, pretty much. And we have, I think, the special fancy. It's basically the Orc Beast Snagger box, but for Black Templars. So you'll get a limited edition code.
Pre-release, the pre-release limited edition box.
And then the Codex is being released in November officially. So if you want to play Black Templars and their new rules, you have to pre-order, or you could just use, what have you do. And the box the box can
Honestly?
go one of two ways. It could be absolute trash because of loadouts, or if these are the core units that the army's going to run, then it could be pretty decent value.
I'm actually on the complete opposite sides, and I think it's dog shit. For 13 models, that's gonna be 100 and something quid. That's bad. I'm not a fan of that box at all.
No, not for that much.
Yeah,
It's gonna be 120 or 125, like the Orc one and the other ones before it.
125.
I don't think it's worth its value. For me, the only cool thing about it is the art for the book, because they're using the old 90s style, and that's cool as shit. But the box itself, I don't know, man. Unless that box is 80 quid, I'm not feeling it.
It looks like a combat patrol box.
It does.
But it's priced at a Battle Force box. But it doesn't contain a Battle Force.
Break it down. Do you get the Codex with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So a Codex will set you back now
30 quid. And this is a limited edition Codex.
Quid. Right. So 30 quid for that. Redemptor Dreadnought?
You can buy the easy build ones for very little. Let me check.
20 quid.
Have a quick peek.
Oh yeah, it is the easy build.
So 30 quid for the Redemptor if you were to buy it at a discount.
I don't think that is the easy build one because it's got the Icarus rocket pod on the top.
Yeah, it's still 30 quid for the other one.
Yeah, no, the thing is what I don't like about these kind of boxes is they say, "Oh, big value,"
but it's not.
But they're skimping hard on the value because they're pricing their headquarters as 20 quid a pop.
More than
which,
that.
I'm sorry, 40 quid for
Way
two
more than
models. Fuck off.
Yeah, but you've got to look at buying this as a box set. I get what you're saying, Dan, but you have got to look at it as buying as a box set or buying it individually.
Individually, 30 quid for the Codex, 30 quid for the Redemptor, £32.50 for the 10-man squad. That's £92 something, and then 22 quid per HQ. So that's 44 quid plus 30 plus 90. So £130. So you're saving £5.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm comparing this to the Orc one, and the Sisters of Battle one, because those are the main ones that came before it. If you look at the Sisters of Battle one, that came with what 10. That came with 20 odd models. You had a unit of 10 sisters. They had two headquarters, had a bunch of Repentia, had a bunch of Arcoflagellants, had 5 was it Zephyrims? Is it the flying one? They had was it a Mortifier or whatever it's called? That was big value, and that was 120 quid or 100 quid. And the Orc one again, same deal.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said. It's a cool box, but for 13 models, it does feel a bit like a stretch. And there's one thing that concerns me. So if you were to buy them individually, then yes, the box works out ever so slightly cheaper if you bought it at a discount from a discount seller. Than if you were to buy them individually. The one thing that concerns me is the loadouts. With the HQs, they're all going to have the standard loadout, so it doesn't really matter. And the Redemptor will be, build it into whatever you want. But the one thing that I'm a little bit is that troop squad of 10. Obviously, it's got 6 Primaris and 4 Neophyte scouts. And they're all equipped with different weapons, every single one.
Which is, really bizarre. That is a 6 and 4 split. It blows my mind.
Sergeant with a sword, 2 scouts with pistol and chainsword, 1 scout with 2 scouts with bolt gun.
It's not 6 and 4, is it? It's 5 and 5, dude.
No, it's 6 and 4. One of those guys is not a scout.
What? Doesn't make sense.
Look very closely.
You can't have a squad of 4, can you?
No, it's a squad of 10. You mix squads of. It's a Crusader squad.
Oh, right.
The Crusader
Crusader
squads
squad,
are
so
mixtures of
I don't
normal
know.
Marines and Scouts.
I don't know shit about Black Templars.
Yeah.
You know what really excites me? Honestly, is
That someone's
just
going to get a flamer that the Salamanders can't have.
Stop bullying me.
No, it's the scouts themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get my hands on the scouts for Blood Angels.
Nah, it's all about that
you're
martial,
allowed,
dude.
If you're allowed them.
What do you mean?
Shit.
Who's to say that these are not for anyone else?
So the only people who get Primara Scouts are Black Templars, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, this is a Crusader squad with 6 Primaris and 4 Neophyte Scouts.
Oh, come
with
on.
tabards. Look at their tabards, dude. Do you think those are universal characters?
Do you think this is a fucking joke, mate?
I mean, just look
Honestly,
at the image and tell me that those look like models that could come in a box set that could build into any chapter.
No, they don't. Like, I think you can quite clearly see there the shoulder pads are sculpted Templar shoulder pads.
Yeah.
The cloaks, like you say, are very Templar, tie in with the whole Crusader thing. But this sets a precedent. What I really mean is, I'm quite happy to pick this box up, and if I really don't do a Templar army, which I think I probably will, but if I didn't do a Templar army and I wanted some fancy Blood Angel Scouts,
Yeah.
I'd quite like to convert them until you get, because what I don't see happening is, I think these now set the precedent for other Space Marine armies to get big scouts.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Dude.
To be honest, in my honest opinion, if you're buying this kit to not play Black Templars, you're playing yourself. That's such a waste.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. But I genuinely can't see how they would not do Primara Scouts.
I think they might, but they'll take their sweet time about it.
Oh, no doubt, which is why I said if I can get my hands on some of these guys to do a quick conversion, because really, you can get away with leaving the tabards on there. You sand down the Black Templar shoulder pads.
Yeah, you don't even need to do that. I bet you have 1 million fucking shoulder pads spare.
True.
But their arms might be sculpted into the shoulder pads.
Yeah, if the arms are sculpted in shoulder pads, then I'll do that. If they're not, then, like you say, you've got 1 million shoulder pads already.
Yeah. The one thing that turns me off about it is, I don't know for sure yet. I'll wait until we see the sprues. But I'm just worried that they'll be monopose and they'll be locked in with the equipment that's shown on that picture.
Yeah.
Like an easy to build kind of style.
That you'll be able to build every single one with a pistol and chainsword, or every single one with a bolt gun.
Yeah, I don't mind monopose models as long as they got weapon options.
Yeah.
I think that's the wrong way to put it. I want every kit should have all the weapon options it can actually use. So if every guy in your unit can use a different weapon, it should have that. I hate that. It's a lot of the old kits and a lot of the old armies. The new armies, don't know if you noticed, but they've toned that down.
Yeah.
So you only get to use the weapons that come in the kit.
In the box, yeah.
I hate it. Like, here's 10. Was it not Death Shroud? What are the other? Death Guard Terminators. Yeah, here's 10 Blight Lord Terminators. They can all have combi plasmas. Good luck getting them though.
Yeah.
Because you only get one per kit.
It's the same with Tempestus Scions. The command squads can all have plasma or all have melter, but you only get one in the box. So you have to buy 4 or 5 boxes, and then you can make 5 squads with their respective stuff.
That's what really rustles my Jim Bobs, is when they do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm looking at them, the scouts, I mean. And one, there's nothing, taking a look at it, none of the sculpts look like they couldn't carry either or.
It looks like the shoulder pads connect flat. for the bodies,
Yep.
but I could be wrong. So I do have hopes that all of the scouts can be equipped with either
Yeah.
a melee and pistol or a bolt gun, and I do hope that the
Notice-
flamer guy is an upgrade
Mhm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
On the plus side,
Mhm.
the Marshal looks boss.
Oh yeah, he certainly
With a
does.
little dead dude on his back,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like that skeleton's like, hey, buddy, kill them.
You
Kill
wanna-
them all, Jimmy.
You want to buy some drugs?
For the glory of the Emperor, kill them.
A sweet
They're all witches, Jimmy.
whispering sweet nothings into his ear.
Yeah,
Gently caressing his cheeks. Just,
Do it.
And the other thing,
Gillette,
if you
the
zoom
best a
in-
man can get.
Throw the keys. Throw the keys off the bridge, Jimmy.
you know the pistols and the bolt guns that the scouts have got.
Oh yeah, they do look weird.
I don't know. Do you think the bolt pistols and bolt guns, or do you think the
They look like
I don't think they're heavy bolt pistols because I know what they look like.
no?
Yeah, no,
I
I
think
think
they're
they're old
just
school
bolt pistols.
just shitty bolt pistols.
Yeah.
And they looks like they have just shitty bolters as well. Not,
Yeah, they look like bolt guns,
anti-primary
not bolt rifles.
I'm seeing one of them that has like the whatever stalker bolt rifle or whatever the Primaris.
I think the
bolt is.
Primaris ones have all the Primaris options, the actual the main dudes. So it looks like what
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
on about the
see.
scouts.
Yeah, the scouts look like standard bolters and
Do,
standard
don't they?
bolt pistols. And I'm guessing the Marshal has a fancy mastercrafted Neo Volkite plasma or whatever it is.
So is that a Neo Volkite or is it a? Looks like a plasma.
It's a plasma. I think it's like a mastercrafted plasma. It's very square.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those ones that's overcharged and doesn't do mortals.
Yeah.
I quite like the pose on the lieutenant as well. Which is
I'm
the
a
guy
fan.
paint. Yeah, I really do like that.
You know what that pose is?
That one, it's the old
That's not a lieutenant. That's the Emperor's champion.
Oh no, he's talking about the lieutenant on the right.
No, lieutenant, which is a Blade Guard veteran, which for some reason now made the Blade Guard veterans lieutenants, even though they're the equivalent of the first company doodars.
He's talking about the guy that's got the sword in both hands.
It's
Is he a lieutenant?
Yeah, he's the sergeant of the Neophyte squad.
I was gonna say it's a sergeant. Can't be lieutenant. That's another. That would be weird because then the kit would have only a unit of 9 dudes.
I think he meant sergeant.
Odd. Yeah, sergeant. Yeah. Sorry, that threw me off. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
The sergeant's odd. Yeah.
Yeah, sergeant stroke Blade Guard veteran. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got very Blade Guard. Wait, hold on.
No.
What the fuck is going on? No, I think you're right. Because look at his base. His base is bigger.
Oh shit!
He
Yeah.
can't be a sergeant.
No, I thought he was a lieutenant. Because, right, so when I say Blade Guard, Black Templars have a unit called Blade Guard Veterans. Was it Blade Guard?
No. Blade Guard veterans are Primaris.
Oh, what were they called? I've got the old metal models right in front of us.
Yeah, you're right. There's 9 guys, and then that 10th guy has a bigger base.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Is he part of?
I believe he is. I've been looking at the release, and he is part of the squad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, so does that mean that Black Templars will be able to get Blade Guard vets as part of a normal troop?
Oh yes, that would be naughty, wouldn't it?
Is it though? It's just weird. I've never been a fan of mixed units. Then you got a unit that's kind of a bit of a jack of all trades, but doesn't really do anything.
No, but think of it this way: your attack squads are charging up the board because that's what the equivalent are. The attack squads are charging up the board, and you've got a tank in the front of them that's got a 2+5+.
Yeah, no, he's part of the same squad.
To get you into the squad, to get you into the enemy's line, so you're actually legging it up the other side of the board. And yes, you might face some heavy weapons, but at least you've got him to tank.
Oh, it's a sword brother. That's what it is. It's a sword
Yeah,
brother.
but he doesn't have a storm shield, though. He doesn't have a storm shield.
It's not a
So
Blade
it's
Guard
not a Blade
veteran.
Guard
It's
vet,
just it's just a sword brother
brethren.
is what he's called.
I bet you that fancy thing on the top of his backpack's some kind of field generator for an interval.
Yeah.
That'd be if there is the case where one guy can take like some kind of inboard, then maybe. But it's just bizarre that there's a guy with a bigger base in the unit.
Yeah, I did not spot that. That's interesting. Or maybe they just that's definitely a bigger base, isn't it?
It is
it's definitely a bigger base. It's if you look, because I'm looking at Blade Guard right now, and yeah, it does match the Blade Guard style armor and
the shoulder pads,
the shoulder pad, helmet also almost.
Yeah.
The helmets are similar to the Blade Guard helmets, but instead of the 3 bars for the breathing holes, it's a cross.
And he doesn't have the deflector plate either.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It's hard to tell from the angle.
Yeah.
What is interesting though, is it's hard to tell from the picture. But another thing I'm noticing about the sculpt, because if we're talking about sculpts, is the neck guard, from the armor. His is pointy. That's a pointy neck guard.
Yeah, it's like a carafe.
While the normal one is curved.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a new model.
Yeah.
It's a very peculiar new model.
I'm just looking.
Also,
I've got individual images of each of the models.
The what?
I've got individual images of each of the models.
Have you?
And
send them.
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, they got they're on the website. There we go. Yeah, there you go. We can have a better look.
If you sort of scroll down, there's a side-scrolling bar on their main website.
Yeah.
So if you look at the scouts, they have standard bolt pistols, not heavy bolt pistols, and standard chainswords. And the Primaris guys, one of them's got an auto bolt rifle. Sorry, one of them has a chainsword and a heavy bolt pistol.
Yeah.
And then obviously one of them's got the fancy flamer. But the scouts are definitely equipped with standard old scout pistol and sword and bolt rifles. Not bolt rifles, bolt guns. Sorry.
The jank stuff.
Yeah. So there's a real big mix of weapons in there. And it worries me. You don't want mixed squads unless you're playing Death Watch.
Even then, you don't really want mixed squad.
Yeah.
We both know that in Death Watch, you run nothing but combi bolters.
Yeah. So it's an interesting box set. We'll wait to see the sprues to see if there's anything that might lead us to believe that there's some different loadouts. Otherwise, I can see people skipping on this.
It's not great. It's not a great offering. It's not a great offering.
Certainly not compared to some of the previous releases.
I don't know if it's just because I've got a soft spot for Black Templars because I thought they've always been
Take
cool.
the rose-tinted glasses off, dude.
I know, dude.
Look at the other kits. The Orc one had 26 models in it. This one's got 13.
I know. I mean, I'm probably not going to be in a position to buy this particular box anyway anytime soon.
At least they put a Redemptor in it. Not a fucking Contemptor. Like, they could have done the dick move and given you a Contemptor with a Kerry's assault cannon and a multi-melter. But at least they give you a decent dreadnought that's like competitive playable.
Have we decided? Is that an easy to build kit, or do you think
it's not? No, the easy to build kit is just the plasma guy.
It's just they've made it look like as much as possible as the easy to build one.
I think it's relatively monopose.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I think they just always put it in that pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
to be honest, I'm not interested in the box. I'm more interested in their rules.
Yeah.
What I really want is that poster. Yeah, that's the real winner out of the whole box. Is the poster with the badass artwork from
the captain,
3rd edition.
The Marshal.
Marshal's great. Marshal's a fantastic model. I'd love to get that for any other army.
Yeah.
You can convert him into the
let's be honest, people are going to
captains.
buy like 3 of these for themselves and sell off the HQs they don't want. So I think you've got a pretty decent chance of picking up the Marshal for cheap on eBay. Like I picked up a Mega Boss for £14 on eBay today from the Orc Combat Patrol.
Yeah, they should be cheap.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of them on eBay, I think. But the Sword Brother does look cool.
Which is probably where.
Yeah, he's proper.
He's got the Aragorn sword pose from the last Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to smite some people.
Hello?
Hey. Is he gone? Is James gone?
Oh, Jake said you also get the data cards in the box set.
Oh, who gives a shit about the data cards? Wipe my ass. Fucking data cards.
So you don't get the codex. Oh, you do get the codex.
No,
you get the codex.
Codex and data cards.
Yeah, you get the codex, data cards, and the models, and a poster.
Yeah.
Jake has also said that the Scout guns look like the Reaver pistols.
Let
me just check what the Reaver squad guns are. Special issue bolt pistol. Strength 4, -2, flat 1 damage.
I don't think they look like those.
Let me have a quick check.
Let me
or maybe.
I'm still trying to find the bloody new Black Templar models.
You might be onto something there, Jake.
It's difficult to tell. Yeah, there might be. I'm not sure.
So do you think? Well, maybe. Because the scouts do look like they're in full boss armor as opposed to scout armor.
Yeah.
Just without the backpack
and arms.
No, they might be. They might be.
And yeah, I'll suspect they might. If Jake's hit the nail on the head there, they'll just be the full boss pattern.
Yeah, that might be it.
Bolt guns and full boss pattern bolt pistols. Which actually, I'm looking at my Inceptors now, and I'm looking at the bolt guns, and they are pretty much the same, just without the fancy sights on them.
Yeah.
Which the Inceptors, have.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the Primaris Reavers on the Games Workshop website, and there's a squad of 10.
Primaris Reavers. I'm dead.
I know. Yeah. And if you look at the guy that's on the top right of the picture, and then diagonally down and to the left, that pistol looks very, very similar to what these neophyte scouts have got. So I think Jake might be right there. Maybe they are indeed the Black Templars sort of semi-version of Reavers, which would be hilariously terrible. But
here's the thing, though. Here's where it gets worse. What if Black Templars are the Reavers like reimagination?
Yeah.
As the basic troops is just shitty Reavers.
Or their Reavers become ridiculous.
Yeah, can you imagine? If somebody at Games Workshop hasn't thought of that, then they need shooting.
Yeah, they're like, hey guys, we've got 50,000 Reavers on the shelves. We need to sell them. Who do we give them to?
What do we do? The Black Templars.
Yeah.
Watch this space. I'm calling it now. Black Templars make Reavers like OP.
Yeah. But their legs are Reaver legs, and so is their chest. It's just the arms that are different. And the pistols look like Reaver special issue bolt pistols. Huh? That will be...
Do Reavers not have backpacks?
No, yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
Because the scouts there, they've got this. If you look, they've got the old scout style slopey back power pack.
Yeah.
Bent thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Huh.
But how funny would it be if Reavers were awesome for Black Templars?
And only Black Templars, yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden Reavers are sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone's got a Black Templar Reaver army.
It'd be interesting. I mean, what weapons do the Reavers have? Is it like twinned? And they have some weird it's just a combat knife. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. Even infiltrators have better melee
no.
weapons than Reavers. The Reavers are 401 and they get an extra attack, whereas infiltrators, I think they get twin knives or something, and they're actually decent. Reavers just get shit on, don't they? By
They
everything.
did. And the ironic thing is, some of the most coolest models.
Yeah, they look cool as fuck, but their rules are terrible.
This is exactly what we're talking about, where you got this mixed purpose unit, which is neither good at ranged and neither good at melee. It's just kind of dog shit in between. Doesn't never works. They've never managed to nail down this weird unit that can do both things.
Yeah. Anyway, that was all I had for today. Is there anything else you guys would like to add to the news feed?
My wife left me. No, I'm good. No, nothing. I'm good.
We played a 4K game on Friday night, was it?
Why?
I did ask myself that at the end of the game. But what was interesting was I brought my new Orc army, my actual competitive Orc army, and played with Jake's Ultramarines, and we were against Dark Angels and was it Blood Angels? Were you playing Blood Angels, James?
That's some fucking heresy right there, dude.
And you know what? The Orcs didn't kill much, but they survived 4 rounds of shooting and melee from 4,000 points worth of models.
Pretty good.
I was really, but they didn't kill much, did they?
No, I was pretty much. It was kind of like me and you. So the Blood Angels and the Orcs were the chaff.
Yeah.
And John and Jake were like
taking pot shots. Yeah.
Taking pot shots.
Yeah.
And to be fair, mate, I didn't have any. I pretty much. What did I have left on the board? In fact, I didn't think I had anything. You took away me
Blade Guard, yeah.
You took out me Blade Guard. And after me Death Company killed Gullyman, and then he resurrected himself. You killed me Blade Guard. Me Blade Guard.
Death Company.
Sorry?
Death Company.
Me Death Company, yes. You wiped them out. The Sanguinary Guard got shot off the board, really. That was Jake.
Yeah.
After I consolidated and then forgot he has the whole fall back and shoot. Yeah, and mate, like MVP of the game was that Beast Snagger boss.
Oh yeah, the Beast boss on Squigosaur is obscenely tough. And he kills everything. I think he killed an entire squad of Blade Guard by himself.
Mate, he killed 2 squads of.
He killed Dark Angel Blade Guard and your Blade Guard. Yeah,
Blade Guard over because he killed 2 of my squads and 1 of John's.
Yeah,
over the course of 3 turns.
Yeah, and he just didn't die until the very end when he got charged by 4 different squads, I think.
Yeah, and it was the Terminators that finished him off.
Yeah, I was just surprised at how durable the army was, at just weathering vast amounts of shooting and melee. Yeah, need to get them painted and get better at them. Anyway,
definitely.
That
was the book. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I'll tell you what was quite funny.
Carry on.
No, I was going to say what was quite funny. So it was a bit of a beer hammer session.
Oh yeah,
and not that I should really be proud of this, but I polished off a litre of port that night whilst we were playing. And I remember at one point I was getting a little bit wobbly, but then I think I drank myself sober and you disappeared off somewhere. And there was me, Jake, and John. And Jake's like, what's that? And I was like, oh, well, it's John's army. Because I know John's army because I've played against it a few times now. I'm like, right, well, you're hitting on 4s, da-da-da-da-da. And John just looked at us because all of a sudden I seem to know the rules.
Yeah.
Without any problem whatsoever. And he's just looking at us, he's like, why don't you play like this when you're playing with me? I was like, because usually I haven't had a chance to get drunk when I'm playing you.
Yes. The solution.
But yeah.
I believe I'm obligated to say, please drink responsibly.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Don't do what I do.
Anyway, ending on that high.
Bombshell.
that's all we have time for this week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us. If you would like to help us out on YouTube, please do subscribe and like the video. And we do these podcasts every Sunday at 7 p.m, so you can join us next week as well. In terms of next week on Thursday for our battle report at 7 p.m, it will be, I think, Imperial Guard versus Blood Angels. I think we were talking about that earlier this week. Maybe getting a super heavy detachment in.
Yes.
But it'll be more of a memes game than an actual competitive game. But we'll try our best to play as well as we can.
I think I've got a feeling, just for the memes and just so it isn't like a one-sided bloodbath, I think I'll probably just bring a Land Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some Terminators.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We don't see Terminators very often. They're sadly not as good as they used to be.
No, they're pretty sure they're pretty decent for Blood Angels.
Well, for Blood Angels, yeah, but for other factions, they're just a bit bleh. But yeah, so next Thursday at 7 p.m. And that's all we've got time for. So thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.